Hello, Nick Anderson here from the Fake News Media, proud member and also editorial cartoonist for the Washington Post Writers Group. And I am starting the digital painting on my cartoon for today. I'm going to be, this one's on Stormy Daniels. She's doing her 60 Minutes interview this Sunday, I think, is going to be broadcast. And so first I gotta create. Over here I've got just the line art on one layer. I gotta put that on a different layer so I can protect it. I'm gonna lock that so I don't mess with it. And I need to be able to see through it, so now starting another layer. And okay, my brushes are a little slow. There we go. Off and running. For those who use Corel Painter, this is the tapered diffuse watercolor brush. So this, I'm going to repeat this image. Are you walking by?
Hola!
You get to see my fiance. If I really wanted a lot of page views, I would actually put her on the screen a lot more often. She's way prettier than me. She gets up a lot later than me. Oh, Lord. It cracked me up. I wasn't expecting that. Hey, at least she was clothed. Warn me before you do that. So I'm going to be repeating this image. Once I get that done, then that's going to fill all these boxes. So I'm only going to do it once. I don't want to redraw that thing over and over again. I got to save this. I got a little bit of a sore throat, so you might be hearing that in my voice. So let me grab some brighter yellow over here. I'm going to close this stuff out. Those notifications kind of drive me crazy. Another one. Later. Alright. I don't know if her hair is quite right. I might go back and fix that later on. Her color looks a little off, but not that big a deal. And I'm going to switch to a different brush. I'll use the glazing acrylic for skin tones. And orange, I'm going to start with yellow base and underpainting. I don't always do that, depending on how much of a hurry I'm in. But it tends to make the his orange Cheeto skin a little bit richer and brighter if I start with that. Need to go a little brighter than that. You might notice that I'm not a big Trump fan if you follow my work. Not a big fan. At all. It's not that I think he's the worst president ever. Okay, yes, I do think he's the worst president ever. I remember when George W. Bush was president, I thought he was the worst president ever. Wow, I had no idea how much worse it could get. Alright, put a little white highlight in here, give a little shape. Put in a little shadowing. too dark. My favorite president to draw ever, though. He does provide me a lot of fodder. Thank you, Donald. You make my life so much easier. Alright, need a little bit of darker tones to give that some texture, and then I'll add some highlights as well. The brush is taking too long to change. One thing that drives me crazy about this program. Alright, now go back in with a little white. This is one of the reasons I don't like to use watercolors in for skin tones, because it's harder to, in order to go back and add a little bit of white, you gotta do it either with an eraser, or you gotta create another layer and paint over the top of it. So anyway, I'm gonna give this guy here more normal skin tones, like somebody that was born on Earth and not on another planet, unlike our president. I don't know if I showed you the caption yet. Now, do you believe in climate change? Stormy, stormy, stormy. And you can go see the finished cartoon on my Patreon website, which I will link to under the video. So I have to think about light source now. Light's going to be coming from behind them, because in the Oval Office the windows are I haven't drawn the windows. I may put them in color. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how much time I have. I may paint them in to make them look a little less obvious, so they kind of fade into the background. Haven't decided yet. So that watercolor brush kind of gives a real defined edge to the shadow. But I'm going to go back in and give this a little bit more softer edge. Alright. That's a little too much. Now her alarm is going off. One of these days I will have her, she used to be a TV reporter when she lived in the Philippines. I'll have her do a report on this, have her interview me or something like that. How does that sound? Should I do that? She's way prettier than me. She's gonna get all the attention though. I'm afraid about that. Nah, just kidding. Alright. Now I'm trying to decide whether to, I think I'm going to use a watercolor. No, I think I'm going to stick with acrylics. I kind of go back and forth with, I can be a little indecisive about which media I'm going to use. I'm still, because I used to only use watercolors, and I got bored with that look. So I started trying out some different brushes. and I definitely like it. Try to keep my work always evolving in style, otherwise I get bored. And if you get bored, it starts to show in your work, and that's never good. Alright. And I will use my eraser here to clean up this line. I'm going to add a little bit of a hard edge shadow. And the tie. And I think I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to keep this video short, and I will see you all later. Be sure to subscribe, check back in later, and I'll have way more videos. Thank you. Whoops. Oh, by the way, there's my Patreon page if you want to go check it out and subscribe.